it hurts. And I'm 260.
All right, we got a crowd outside wondering what's going on, but you know what's going on. We're 20 minutes late because of me. I've been feeling ill, and that was wrong. There you go.
Feeling ill, huh?
Yeah.
Was it the lunch
we
we
ate
had
that
yesterday?
delicious lunch yesterday, and it went straight, into my stomach.
It tsunami'd your digestive tract.
Yeah.
Did it?
But yeah. Good morning. Mornings at Lone Star, Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, worldwide at irlonestar.com, and of course, broadcasting on video on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. Very excited to be here. It is Wednesday, the 25th of July. I hope you're ready because next month it's Holly's birthday, and I will be gone for a whole month.
What?
I'm just kidding. But
you can't leave me.
I'm just kidding. We actually, I just want to let people know we're booked today and tomorrow, so we are going to be here, but we will not be here Friday. In fact, someone tried to book Friday, and I was sad to tell them they couldn't, and I was really excited about them because it is we rebooked them. They're on the website, so don't worry.
Okay.
It's the lifeguard team from the city of Conroe. They're going to like a national competition,
like a Baywatch thing.
Yeah, I think so, but for like pools, not like for a beach. So we got them coming in. I think
How
next
excited
month.
should I be? Are they male or female?
I think it's a combination.
Okay, I'm partially excited then.
I mean, this is like rescue people. This isn't like, helmet swim. I don't know. Actually, I don't know like the exact. They're coming on the 3rd. So, but today we're gonna have Julie in the studio. I cannot pronounce her last name. It's Martineau.
Martineau.
Martineau, you know her? Have you met her? She's a sweet lady. She's been around. She's very involved with the community, and especially for this foundation. This is she's coming in and talking about the Montgomery County Community Foundation, and talking about the nonprofits they're serving. I noticed that about a lot of nonprofits here. There are a lot in Montgomery County, but then there's also nonprofits in the nonprofits to help the nonprofits.
That's very meta.
Yeah, I'm still trying to, because didn't we have someone in the other day that does kind of similar things where they choose a select few nonprofits and they support them? Isn't that?
Yes, well, yeah, there are, because you can have like a blanket nonprofit who can oversee different aspects. Say you have a nonprofit who just deals with saving puppies.
Like the Gates Foundation.
Correct. Exactly. And that's, that foundation is there for a purpose. Okay, so it'll...
Hey, did you hear the big news about them?
No.
They're big.
Are they big?
Yeah.
How big are they?
They're big. $1 billion big. But I thought you were going to get a little cuckle out of that. Or chuckle, sorry. Not cuckle, that's another thing. Well, yeah, we have them coming in today. And so that's going to be fun. And then it's us till then. So feel free to tune in and let us know what you want us to talk about and things like that. I did a chamber event yesterday at this Brazilian grill on, what was it? It's like 1400 block on Research Forest.
Research Forest, yes.
And that place is happening. Enough to where
this is Woodlands Chamber.
Yes, I enough to where I didn't know who's in the chamber, who wasn't, because I'm pretty sure I talked to a few people trying to do my introductory thing, and they're like, why are you talking to me, man? I'm pretty sure there's like one or two, because they didn't have name tags or anything, and they're like, I'm just here eating food. I'm like, why are you bothering me? So,
did you feel welcomed since you're new? Through my company, I've been a chamber member for over a year now.
Oh, there's a lot of people in the county, and the only thing I would say that kind of stunk overall was so many people came, so it was impossible to talk to everybody, and then it was impossible to move around.
They be jamming,
which was a blessing because I met a guy for Rick. He is like he works for a big IT firm for corporations, but he's a rock band, and he's telling me his song got picked up by NASCAR and all this stuff, and I was like, well, that's halfway to the big time, right? And he's been playing.
NASCAR is literally the most popular sport in the world, audience wise.
I don't doubt anything like that. I'm just saying, he's not Metallica, is he? Actually,
Metallica.
Well, we talked about this.
Leonard Skinner.
Well, we talked about this is what in rock today, and Rick will probably know more about this. Like, who's equivalent to the bigger rockers? Because would you consider like the Rolling Stones rock and roll? I kind of would.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So who would be a Rolling Stones today?
Justin Bieber.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't really think of any rock music.
Mega groups, no. It's gone more of a solo artist, Bruno Mars.
But he's not rock and roll.
No, but what I'm saying is Adele, there are very few groups out there.
He made a comment to me that I didn't really understand because I don't know rock and roll. He said, the comeback this time is going to be the lead guitarist in the rock and roll world. because apparently the lead guitar was like a big influence in rock and roll.
Yes.
And then I realized, oh, AC/DC, of course. And so he thinks that's the next movement for rock and roll is to
I believe
bring back the band. Plus, the highlight will be the lead guitarist.
I think there'll be less of a emphasis on dancing. That's what's become rock now, kind of the rock pop genre. It's getting the instruments out of the way because they get in the way of your dancing. And so you get to do your Michael Jackson moves, or your Bruno Mars moves, or whomever. And that's what's been going for rock for the most part. It's rock pop fusion. So to go back to hard rock, you got to bring the lead guitar back in, where they're there to play the instruments and belt the vocals and not do synchronized dancing. And I think that's what we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that was interesting. So hopefully I want to connect him and Rick. And
if he needs a bass player, let me know.
Well, you do like 80s R&B, right?
I do everything.
You do 80s R&B.
Well, my band was an 80s band. Yeah, but no. You want to go all different genres.
Well, let's do some weather and traffic because we kind of didn't do that.
Okay.
So let's do some. Do you have the weather?
Well, in about 2 seconds. Here we go. Weather is 83 degrees already. Going up another 15 degrees to 98. Sunshiny all day. Only a 1% chance of rain all day, all night. Going to be partly cloudy and sunny mixtures throughout the next few days. Highs in the upper 90s, but not going to broach 100. Next Monday and Tuesday, maybe some thunderstorms with cooler temperatures. Lows down to the low to mid 70s each night.
Do you think there's like a gambling thing where you can bet when the next time it's going to rain in an area?
Yeah, but you would not be able to make any money off of that because there's so much information, meteorological information, that the booking odds would be, everything would be.
Well, are we able to say when it touches the ground? Like to the minute?
Well, you got to say exactly where.
That's what I'm saying. That's the game.
I mean, literally exactly where.
So you would say, like, for example, I would say April Sounds. That area is kind of big, but it's kind of small.
Where in April Sounds, though?
This, whenever rain touches April Sounds, any part.
So you just take the border.
Yeah.
How are you going to do that?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I bet there's got to be a way to do it. But let's move on to traffic. Speaking of April Sounds, 105 is looking very good. 336 looking good. Actually, I'm not seeing any accidents or instances at all on I-45, Highway 99, Highway 69. Everything's looking good.
Cool. No thunderbenders on my end today, so we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we are on Facebook Live, and people are chatting with us. And someone wants to let you know no one needs a bass guitar.
God invented the bongo drums so bass guitarists could make fun of somebody.
So
yeah, no, bass guitaring is cool because you know you get all the groupies of a guitarist.
What's
but
the
you
most
don't have
famous
as many
bass
strings.
song you think? Popular. What's the most popular?
Another
bass
one, Bites the Dust by Queen.
Okay. Cool.
The Peter Gunn theme. Another one, Bites the Dust. Smoke on the Water.
Did you see the biopic movie they're making with him, the Queen?
I haven't seen the movie. I've seen the trailer, and I'm very interested.
I'm still trying to figure out why they do those kind of movies. Just because it's just like nostalgic and they can make a few sales.
It is. It's a big budget version of VH1 Behind the Music. But
like usually there's always an angle to it that's not true.
Well,
like
if you remember, Sacha Baron Cohen was originally cast as Freddie Mercury. I am so glad on 42 different levels that he didn't stay in there. But he quit, citing creative differences, that he and Brian May kind of went loggerheads on the tenor of the story, to where Cohen was saying, well, they wanted to be all about Queen, not about Freddie Mercury. And it's like, well, it was Queen. You know, they were all together. So yeah, it memorializes Freddie Mercury because he's the only one that's died, and he was the front man. But you got to talk about the rest of the band. You know, the fact that they are, isn't Brian May, I believe he's like an astrophysicist or something. They all have like Oxford educations. You know, this was a serious band. And so I'm very much looking forward to the movie. Okay. I think about it at the end. I remember.
Well, do you think it's like the Mamma Mia thing? Like you just like the music, you're gonna like the movie?
No, see, Mamma Mia is a fiction.
Well, I didn't mean like to compare it as the same movie. I meant more of majority of the audience is going to go to see that stuff because they like Queen. Because what makes the Freddie Mercury story so unique to where, like, the music, of course, inspired people.
There was the music. You have Freddie, who died young of AIDS, who the last song he recorded, you know, The Show Must Go On, was about that. And he was literally dying as they recorded that song. They were ready to go with the backup singer. and because he was so frail in the studio,
Man.
and he, according to legend, that's just been verified by everybody, he took a big old shot of vodka, stood up, said, "Let's blanking do this," and did the song in one take,
And then
and died weeks later.
disintegrated into the earth.
Yeah.
You know,
so
speaking of that,
you have that.
I was watching, just like weird new science little films on Facebook.
Mhm.
So now they're trying to develop a pod. Now that you know how you can get your cremated and put in a pod and you
Mhm.
become a tree.
Mhm.
Well, now they're actually trying to build a pod where they put your body in it. Like no cremation. They put you in it looks like a teardrop and it has a seed somewhere in
you
it.
have to dig pretty deep for that
Well,
one.
I know.
Do you go vertical or horizontal into the ground?
They look like they do the fetal position vertical. So that's what
so much for rigor,
So
because you can't embalm whomever it is.
yeah, you gotta go fast.
Yeah, it's like, how are you going to bend somebody? I'm trying not to visualize this, but how are you going to bend someone into the fetal
I think
position?
that'd be one of the meanest things you could do.
Be like cracking
Dude, well,
bones.
imagine the
No.
funeral process where it's like everyone grab a shovel, and so that's part of the funeral is you're getting a shovel to dig the hole, and you have to dig like a 5-foot hole.
Well, if you go in vertical, it's got to be about 10 feet because you got to go down.
That's right. Yeah.
You can't have your.
Well, if you're in fetal position, what are you, like 3 feet? 2 feet?
Well, if you're in fetal position, they can
get in fetal position. We'll measure it.
Okay,
Oh yeah, so that's like 2-3 feet.
32 inches
So
head to ass.
did you like that though? Would you like that? I think that'd be one of the most bizarre things. But then again, because they were trying to advertise it like you could have a field of trees. And I go, no offense, if you got to the point where you had 100 trees, I'm not moving there because that's when like ghost stuff happens. Like I was.
That's how Poltergeist began.
Well, I mean, like that is the creepiest thing because would that creep you out? Like, say you came to my house
because
and
it's a natural version of a graveyard. Instead of seeing the headstones, you see trees, and you could probably have a plaque on each tree.
That went down the wrong hole.
I just hate to be the person, I'd be the tree, and then 30 years from now, you
That
got
would
the young
freak me
couple
out,
carving
though.
their initials on me, going, "Ow, stop it!"
Like I remember one time I went to visit my family's friends in Maryland, and they lived in one of those homes that happened to be like, I think it was like right there at 1900s. Like that's when the house was built.
Mhm.
And the people who owned it died on the land. And there was like, they have that site where they buried them. And I was like, I could not sleep in that house because it's very old and it's wood. So like all the creaking,
Everything crazy.
and like they had all the heat was the old heat, things in the corners.
Mhm.
What are they called? I don't even know.
Heaters, radiators.
And then they had the pipes everywhere. And I was just like, I can't sleep here. Can't do it. And if they planted a bunch of trees, I guess that's a cheap way to do it though, unless they're charging a fort. Like this is like a rich people thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going the route of, I want to be cremated, and either I want to go back into the food chain by, friends throwing me out.
Yeah.
And hopefully as they dump the ashes, there's a great headwind that something comes in and they all or do the whole tree thing, but it's got to be the cremains, is not
You
my
should
body.
do the Hannibal Lecter thing and like have like a meeting and somebody's in on it where they're feeding you to them. And then it's like, oh, by the way, everyone just ate him. And then like everyone freaked. But I like because they showed
That took a dark turn.
Yeah, no, they showed variations of it where like you could get a pod deal, and that made sense to me because it was probably like the size of a vase, like this big, and like they put all the nutrients. They showed you the
Mhm.
layers of it, and somehow your ashes are nutrients, so which is great. And what kind of tree would you be?
What would I be? I don't think I'd be an oak. I'm not mighty as an oak. I'm not tall like a pine. Cedar, maybe some cedar. I'm not a fan of cedar.
I would be like a magnolia tree.
Magnolia,
That'd be nice.
there
That'd
you
be
go.
very pretty.
Magnolia, there you go.
Because there was other pretty trees. It's my dad's favorite tree. The only reason I know it because we always have one. Wherever we move, he always has a magnolia tree.
Okay,
Like he plants one. And
this took a Barbara Walters turn. If you could be a tree, what tree would you be?
if you're
I'd be a weeping willow.
listening and you are on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, let us know what tree would you be? Because because limes and lemons are trees, so you could be a lemon tree, right?
Yeah,
Or
you'd be an orange tree.
grapes are not considered trees, right? This is a bush.
No, it's on a vine.
Vine, so it's a
Because
bush.
you heard it through the grape.
Vine. Yeah, but it's grapevine meaning it's a bush. Is this like a Broadway thing?
No, heard it through the grapevine is not Broadway. It's R&B.
I don't know that. Okay. Because peanuts, that's in the ground, right?
Yes, the peanuts are legumes.
So they're in the ground.
Yes.
Peanuts are grown in the ground,
Yes.
which freaks me out. See, I would
Like
never think of that.
potatoes.
And then, well, how about cashews? Cashews are on a tree, right?
Cashews are the byproduct nut of, I believe it. Yeah, I think you're right. A cashew tree. And I'm sure if Brett's listening today, he's already typing feverishly because he would probably know this off.
Yeah,
I'm not a
cashews,
cashew fan.
You could be
so-
a nut tree.
Yeah, because,
How
pecan
about
trees.
our coffee?
Ooh, pecan tree.
Is the coffee seeds? Is that a tree? Right, that's a tree.
Cocoa beans.
Yeah, that's a tree. Right.
Okay,
I've seen people climb things to get cocoa beans. That's
There
why I
you
was
go.
like, you
Coconut
don't
tree.
climb vines. Oh, you can't climb vines. So what is it?
Jack in the beanstalk. He climbed a vine.
Yeah. So that if that's not a tree, then
What
my whole
is?
idea of a tree is out the window. Well, it's 9:35. We're gonna take our first break, and we're just asking people, what tree would you be?
Let us know if we like your answer. We'll give you a couple of tickets.
And what
to
happens
the
if like the tree
tequila
doesn't
festival.
grow? Like that's probably the scariest thing as that company.
If you get Dutch elm disease or blight or
Yeah, and
something.
it's like,
where-
oh, they're killing the land. We gotta get rid of the tree, and you're like, oh.
One day I'd be
Great.
chopped down to
Could-
turn into paper, which could be the next Great
Could you
American
sneak
novel.
somebody to be a redwood in the redwood? Can you plant more redwoods in the redwood forest?
I'm trying to figure out how they'd stop you. I mean, are you talking from a tree? I mean, from a seed?
Yeah,
Yeah, just smuggle a seed in and bury it.
I just know
somewhere.
you're not supposed to talk to bears there. It's the only rule I remember when I went there. Did you ever touch a redwood before?
Mhm.
It's like a sponge.
Mhm.
It's really creepy. You listen to Lone Star Community Radio, irlonestar.com, and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. We'll be right back.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
A Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question or comment about one of our shows? Want to know how to reach a host? Just contact the station at irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with Lone Star Community Radio.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Too sexy for my car. Too sexy for my car. Too sexy by far. And I'm too sexy for my hat. Too sexy for my hat. What do you think about that?
All right, welcome back. Mornings Lone Star, brought to you by Conroe Coffee and Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Hanging out in the studio, we have a special guest, Julie, coming in from the Montgomery County Community Foundation, and they're accepting grant requests from nonprofits. So we're going to try to spread that word to let people know if you're a nonprofit and you need help financially and grants. Grants are a whole new thing to me because I started learning more and more about who's eligible for that. So we'll learn about that.
There you go.
So that's gonna be a little fun. She's gonna be here pretty shortly, but until then, we're talking about what kind of tree you'd be and other stuff like
Hold on,
that.
I got to call up our Facebook Live feed so I can find out who's been.
Yeah, see, my Facebook Live doesn't do the tracking anymore, so I can't keep track of who's talking. So
Hold on, I'll find out. Okay, so listener Dennis wants to be a Tupelo sweet gum.
Yeah.
Let's see.
so
The listener Brett says Club of Hercules. Is that a tree?
I don't know if that's a tree.
Is that a tree or is that just wishful thinking?
It could be the giving tree.
Yes, and cashew trees are poisonous.
I do remember hearing that, like, you don't want to eat it until it's cured or something like that. No one really knows. But yeah. Hey,
Okay, going back to
our guest is here. Do you want to let him in?
awesome. Just going back really quick about listener Brett says the rigor mortis only lasts for 3 hours. And I mean, now does it go away after that? Because it's like once it sets, does it unset if you haven't been
In the bod?
in embalmed?
Yeah.
Meaning, so like,
Oof. What's the time?
yeah, because you see these movies where they try to like break hands or something to get people out of rigor mortis. So it's like, can't they just wait 3 hours? So I need clarification on this. This is important to me.
Does anybody deal with dead people?
Yeah, if you deal with dead
If you
people
do,
in a
let us
forensic
know.
sense, not in a serial killer sense, let us know. And Dick, take over. I'll
I
go
got
grab Julie.
it. I got it. And man, you know, it's really weird. We're gonna have Julie in, so we're gonna switch topics basically. But there's been some interesting news around the world, and we're gonna get into that after Julie. And Julie, hey Julie, come on in. Here we go. So if folks don't know what's going to happen right now, we're going to have the Montgomery County Community Foundation on with us, and they're going to talk about accepting new grants. This is Julie. You got to tell me how to pronounce your last name. When you take a seat, get comfortable. I'm having a hard time pronouncing your last name, but Martineau, Julie Martineau. Well, you know what? I'd rather hear it. I don't want to.
You can say it with a French accent. Like Martineau.
Okay.
Julie Martineau.
I was just saying because we had
But I'm Italian.
Chris Appel on the air yesterday, and I said if he changed his name to Jean, it'd be Jean Appel.
Well, I'm glad you're in here, and you've been around for a long time in a sense of helping out the community in Montgomery County, and you're part of the Montgomery County Community Foundation, which can be found online at mccfoundation.org. That's mccfoundation.org, and you guys are accepting grants from nonprofits.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Every year we accept grants from local nonprofits from covering a wide range of issues. And so those grants are now going to be due on September 15th. And we wanted to get the word out about the grants and what kinds of grants we're looking for. So that's why I'm here.
For when I hear things about grants, I hear the process of writing them is one of the most gruesome things. Is this one of those things where
it is not? And I have been on the other side
Yes.
when I ran United Way, where it was really a very complex grant process system. But this is not. This is a very simple grant. We have a one-page form, and then everything else that you put on or that you share with us, you do in a narrative form, and you give it to us in your format. So there's a one-page cover, and it basically says who the person is that's writing the grant, what the organization is, how to get in touch with them, their address, how much money they're asking for, and a brief description of why they're asking, what it is that they want us to fund, what kind of project.
Okay.
And then after that, it's give us your mission, submit to us your 990 form, give us.
What's a 990 form?
Well, you pay your taxes when you fill you do your own tax return.
Okay.
It's the nonprofit tax return. And all nonprofits have to either fill out a full 990 or they can do an easy 990. And that's if their income and their expenses are under a certain dollar amount. And I don't remember what that is, but they can file an easy one. It's really as a postcard.
Okay.
We brought in this much money, we spent this much money, and we're done. So, that's some of the information. We want you to go into description about the program. So we're really focused on specific ideas of what people are wanting money for. So last year, as an example, we have a group here that is Calvary Steel Ministries, and they requested funding to pay for counseling for our veterans that are suffering from PTSD or military sexual trauma.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so it's a very specialized type of treatment, and they needed funding for counseling. So we provided some money for that.
So tell me a little history about the MCC foundations. It's because you're talking about local charities that are eligible for the grant.
Montgomery County only.
So this is the money that you guys donate. It's a donate, right? How would you describe you giving money? You're just giving money to these folks.
Yes.
Who gave you money?
Yeah, we have a listener wondering how the foundation is funded.
Yeah.
That's the absolute perfect question. So we're what is called more of an endowment platform.
Okay.
And what that means is there are people out there that want to leave a legacy or they want to make a difference in this community. And they don't want it to just last this year. They want it to last forever. And so people start funds. It is $15,000 to start your own fund. And that can be done over 3 years' time. 5 years, excuse me. So $3,000 a year for 5 years. And after that, we will start distributing 3% of the interest that's earned off of that fund in grants. So if you are particularly passionate about education, you can say, I want my money to go to education for this part of the county, or it could be for technical school. We do scholarships as well. It could be helping the least able in our community. It could be helping senior citizens, animals, public safety. So it's about what the passion of the donor is, because that's what our job is to keep that, honor that forever after that person has left, that we're still doing what they wanted us to do in this community.
I have to ask because I know Dick won't.
What?
You don't have to answer, but what is like the weirdest endowment, like where someone said, I want this money to go to saving the platypus or
free
something?
Tacos.
We don't have anything in our community foundation. We don't have anything like that.
I think they're pretty serious.
Challenge accepted.
I'm just letting you know, I think they're a serious organization, so serious people.
Well, I'm wondering if I came in with like 500,000 and said, I want, an endowment for like the weirdest possible thing.
It has to be Montgomery County specific. It has to benefit the residents of Montgomery County. So it could be the cultural arts. And so we would look at that, and it may not be a good fit. And if it's not a good fit, we'll give you some recommendations of other organizations to go to, or no other options that are out there.
You hear this? They say no sometimes.
They take the high road. You heard it here first, listeners.
No.
Montgomery County Community Foundation takes the high road. I'll just take my armadillo rescue endowment over to Harris County, I guess.
Oh, that's good.
Well, we actually have had some people that have called and said, I want to set up a leadership program. That's not out there, but I want it for the whole state of Texas. Well, the whole state of Texas is in Montgomery County. If the majority of the money is going to benefit Montgomery County, we'll talk about that. But if you really, this particular individual wanted to start this fund in Houston. He wanted to start the first grant in Houston. We're like, no, it really needs to benefit Montgomery County.
So right now, if folks are listening, I'm a nonprofit, and you are a nonprofit that needs help financially for a project. This has to be specific, right? This isn't like my overall mission is just to serve the people. Nothing like that. It's more of like one of our projects is to serve the folks in Conroe, because Conroe has this problem, this issue that we want to pinpoint. So if they contact you via the website or so mccfoundation.org, and then there's the grant process on there. I'm on it right now, so I'm trying to pretend that I help people.
If you go on that particular page, it gives you all the information. Actually, it uploads the grant one-page cover page, and it says, this is what we need you to do. Now, they can email me and say, which I'm getting now, people are emailing and saying, well, we'd like to request money for renovation of our facility. Will your grants cover that? We will. We will cover capital. Last year, we bought a van for Montgomery. It's now Crisis Assistance Center. I'm still flipping.
Yeah,
Montgomery County Emergency Assistance.
That's how long Julie's been around.
Right.
That's how you know how long you've been around.
I know. I've been around a long time. And but that was $20,000, and so we did help them because we could.
Did you haggle at all?
Pardon?
For the van, did you haggle?
We didn't haggle because that's their job, the agency's job. We didn't buy it. We gave them the money to buy it. And they said it was going to cost around, $20,000.
It's all about haggling now, right?
So, we do not always fund everything that people give us. Yeah. And so one of the questions, because I have a team of volunteers, I'm not the one that makes those decisions. I've got an incredible team of volunteers, and they represent different segments of the county. So we have someone who represents the Bar Association, someone that represents healthcare, another person who represents the financial institution.
Okay. When you say Bar Association, is that the lawyers?
Yeah. Lawyers, yeah, those guys. Okay. And then we have a few at large to make sure that we fill geographically and then ethnically, culturally, other areas that may not bobble up in the appointment of the people that we're getting to fill those other positions. So it's 12 people that are on this committee, and they go through and they look at the applications. I do a overview of the application. I look at it, make sure that the 990 is current, make sure that they haven't been revoked by the IRS, and that happens sometimes, and that I pay attention to that. But they're the ones, the volunteers take the applications, and they actually go out, make phone calls, they go visit the sites, they talk more with the family, or not the family, but the people running the organization about what they're really wanting the money for. So then they come back and say, this group was great, we want to give them everything, or this group was good, but I can't see us giving this much money. Kind of back to your earlier question, we did get someone who requested $900,000 from us to buy a building. So that was probably the most interesting one.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yeah, right. That's exactly right.
What's
good
the
cause.
worst that's going to happen?
It was for veterans. It was a good cause.
Doesn't hurt to ask,
right?
But there was no board. It was this one individual. I'm not real sure it was a nonprofit.
Are you sure they didn't only want 50,000? Like, we want 900,000. Heck no. Okay, 50. Because my kids.
Okay, we'll take 50.
That's how my kids would. You got to
negotiating.
That's how my son would get money out of. Dad, can I borrow $100? Forget it. How about 20? Okay. So
he got you, didn't he?
He did.
Well, I want to let folks know, you just go to mccfoundation.org, and there's a button that says grants. And when you click that button, there's another button that says grant applications. And then it goes to the rules and who to send it to. Very, very easy.
Is this is an annual fund grant request?
Yes, we do grants to nonprofits once a year. And they're always due on September 15th.
It's 2 pages.
Huh?
It's only 2 pages.
Well, I'm looking into it because I run a theater. We're moving into Montgomery County. And
the second page, we do have an arts fund. The second page is, if you get a grant from us, you must submit a final report. So if any of the agencies that received funds from us last year decide they want to get money from us this year, we won't give it to them unless they actually give us a report on how they spent the money last year.
Nicely played.
And I've had organizations that their final report hasn't been complete, and so I'll push it back to them and go, I need more information. And
well, one of our listeners is asking, can you give some examples of who you contributed to?
Absolutely.
And I will say, on the website, there's a button say ways of giving and things like that. And then there's actually a physical button that says grant application, by the way. I found that one too.
Yeah. So last year we gave grants to 30 different organizations. One was called Love Fosters Hope, and they run a camp for foster kids during the summertime. So we gave them money to underwrite the renting of one of the camp for one of those sessions. Meals on Wheels in Montgomery County, we gave them money for homebound seniors. The Montgomery County Women's Center for urgent needs that they have in working with the women. Montgomery County Education Foundation, they requested funding for grants for innovation in the classroom. So their teachers would come to them and say, we've got some ideas. We need $500 to do this particular baby science experiment or do this particular field trip. And so we gave them money for innovative educational opportunities.
That's just wrong. We cannot be giving them ideas. We cannot be doing that.
Independent thought does not promote indoctrination.
That's really specific. So, I mean, you really get down to specifics.
Absolutely. And the other thing is we really try not to give grants the same type of grant 2 years in a row, because unless it's a building grant. So if someone says like the innovation grants, we may or may not fund those this year. But if it's the same sort of thing, we tend not to do the same thing year after year. We want agencies to have a little seed money to try some new things, be innovative out there, do the things that they've wanted to do, but they've never had enough money to do or had any money. A lot of nonprofits run really, really tight. So they don't have money to try some new type of innovative project. So that's one of the things we look at.
Nice.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go over the contact info.
Yes.
All right. So what do people need to do if they want to apply for a grant?
To apply for the grant, you need to go to our website, www.mccfoundation.org.
Okay.
And you go to the grants page. It'll give you some information, and you click a button that says grant application, and it will upload to you a fillable PDF that you fill out, you read through, and you fill the cover page out, and then you add additional pages not on that form, but add another several pages to answer all the questions that's at the bottom of the page. If you're brand new, you don't need to worry about the second page right now, but you need to know about the second page, because if you get a grant from us, we expect you to answer all those questions. So, and why I tell you that is that agencies need to be aware that it's not we give you the money and we pat you on the back and go off on your merry way. We want reports back. We want information back. We want to know how well you did with that. Another organization we gave last year, I'll be curious to see their report back, is, oh darn, it just went out of my mind. Eagle's Nest Ministries. And they work with guys coming out of prison, out of Huntsville. And what they do is they've got a residential program that helps them get a job, helps them get a car, helps them get into a apartment, because that's a huge gap.
Right.
And so we gave them funding to help them build on that. So we're curious about how people do and with their grants.
Well, it's nice to know that it's just not, here's your $5,000 Visa gift card, go to town.
Right.
There's some accountability on that.
Exactly.
And I'm sure if you listeners are going to the website, mccfoundation.org, you can get all kinds of due diligence on the foundation itself,
Absolutely.
the board, the administration, how much goes where,
right,
and all those great things. It seems like a great organization. I'm going to be checking out this grant process.
And now, if I'm a rich person and I want to give you some of my riches for this, where do I need to go? Same thing.
Same thing, or you can contact me directly. And my obviously my information's on the website.
Yeah, the more money you have, the more digits of her cell phone number she'll give you.
You know, it's funny is that's
good idea. I may try that.
That's actually how I met Holly. So
what, you paid her $5 for every digit she gave you of her phone number?
It took a while, but
taking for change under the sofa. Listen, I had that last digit. I got a 1 in 9 chance.
So
that's mccfoundation.org for both ends, for giving and also receiving, if you're a nonprofit. So this is actually really interesting, Julie, and I'm excited. Can we get you back in when the process has been selected? We can get some of those nonprofits in and talk about what they're doing. Because the one thing I kind of amazes me with this idea is how specific it gets. Because it really does. I mean, it comes down to that one person who has a passion. And it's like, hey, we really need help digging this hole. And this hole is going to, I'm just saying if they benefit something. So I want to hear more about these projects people have.
Right.
Because did they spend $500 on a volcano? That'd be really cool.
Well, the baking soda volcano. Yeah. I know, right? But you want to do a scale model one, like full scale.
Yeah. Let's shake the ground.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah,
we need 3 tons of baking soda to find out how Hawaii's going to change.
Well, the goal of the teacher is like, let's get phone calls about this. Okay, let's see, like, so what's happening? What's that? Oh, it's just us. It's okay. If the police show up, we did good. So
yeah. Well, the process actually is completed at the end of October.
Okay.
And so I'll know then who was awarded, because after the committee makes their recommendations to the board has to approve that, and that'll be toward the end of October, and then November. I notify everybody if they got it, they didn't. And then we do a grants reception the first Thursday in December, and we give everybody their checks at that time.
And then also with that, like, you can donate even if you're not like I'm giving $15,000. Is there a way to give like $10?
Absolutely. And so there's
because you have a donate button.
There's if you go to the donate button, you can donate, and you can tell me what your area of interest is. So there's several different types of funds we run. One is called a donor advised fund, and that's for the person who wants to have has input into which grants get their grant money. We have what's also called a field of interest fund, and field of interest are really broad. So people can donate. So, and one of the big reasons I wanted to make sure people knew about the granting process this year is we have a new fund for animal welfare. And we're going to have a nice chunk of money available to give out in that. And I want to make sure animal rescue organizations that work with abused animals are aware, and they send in applications for it. But so let's say you have a passion about animals, you can make a contribution to that fund. And if you go on our website under the funds that we've got available, current funds, you can read all the different funds we've got. And if you say, oh, I like that fund, you can put it into that, make that donation and have it designated to that fund, and we will put it in there.
Well, it sounds like y'all's goal is just to help.
Our goal is to improve the quality of life in Montgomery County by helping people leave the legacies that they want to leave. This is an incredible county. I've lived all over the United States. I'm an oil brat, and I've lived here the longest, and I love this community. It is a great place to raise your family, and there's so much opportunity, so much potential, but there's still needs out there, and this is a great way to help fill some of those needs. It's not all the answer, but it is certainly one tool in the toolkit in Montgomery County.
That's mccfoundation.org. Julie, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Folks, we're going to be taking a break. When we come back, we're going to be hanging out in the studio, so stick around. You're listening to Mornings with Lone Star, iHeartLoneStar.com. Very appropriate music, by the way.
I thought so.
We'll talk more about why we chose the song coming out next, but we'll be right back.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. So sexy it hurts.
Office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Don't forget to download the Lone Star Community Radio app from your Google Play or Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM. That's Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. If you are on the computer, bookmark irlonestar.com as your internet radio station. A Lone Star Community Radio, broadcasting 24/7 from the heart of downtown Conroe, Texas.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Did you know that there are over 153 million orphans in the world today? The sad reality is 99% of those kids will likely never be adopted. Core Love is an organization right here in Conroe that takes care of orphan children in Haiti, Honduras, and India. We bring the love of Jesus by providing their 6 basic needs of clean water, proper food, healthcare, education, job skills, and a loving home. Visit corelove.org. That's CORELUV.org. Will you help defend the orphan?
Did you know there are more than 790 abused and neglected children currently in foster care in Montgomery County? Will you help make a difference? I'm Allie Stevens with Casa Child Advocates of Montgomery County. We train and support volunteers to be the voice of children in the foster care system. Kids removed from their home because of abuse and neglect, and we need volunteers just like you to advocate for these children. To learn more about becoming an advocate, please visit CasaSpeaksForKids.com. That's CasaSpeaksForKids.com.
The Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service has been dedicated to educating Texans for over a century. In 1915, the Extension Program was established under the federal Smith-Lever Act to deliver university knowledge and agricultural research findings directly to the people. Ever since, AgriLife Extension programs have addressed the emerging issues of the day, serving diverse populations across the state. Texans turn to Extension for solutions in horticulture, agriculture, 4-H and youth, and family and consumer sciences. Extension agents respond not only with answers, but also with resources and services that result in significant returns on investment to boost the economy. Join us Fridays at 1 o'clock for the AgriLife Extension Hour.
Welcome back. Mornings with Lone Star, Dick and Skippy. It's 10:04 on the dot on a Wednesday morning. I feel like going, hey, you know what day it is? Hey, Mike, what day is it? But we all know it's Wednesday. 87 degrees. It's only going to go up another 10 degrees to 97. Cool 97. Hey, but humidity, this is kind of cool. Humidity is only 54%. So it only feels like 92 instead of like 192. 1% chance of rain. Slight breeze, according to the official Lone Star weather tree outside my window, coming out 2 miles an hour out of the southeast. Kind of hot during the day, but bright throughout the whole week. How's the weather looking?
You just did it.
I mean, how's the traffic looking?
Traffic is looking good. I'm not seeing any accidents or incidences between 9 and 10 o'clock. So pretty much everything's green lit. So there you go.
Yeah.
Dennis wrote in about St. Francis Wolf Sanctuary. I don't know if they're eligible, man. They're moving. They're moving to Grimes County. So I mean, they're what's the nice way of saying they're out of luck? So I think that's what you're saying. We're on Facebook Live, by the way, and YouTube Live. You can always communicate with us that way. Yeah. So let's do some news. Do you have anything that's been boiling on your end that you really want to talk about? That way we can get it over with.
Well, the only thing that's been percolating is the numerous legal aspects of an attorney recording a client without the client's knowledge.
I knew you were going to talk about that.
Well, no, and I'm keeping politics out of it.
Did the recordings ever come out?
Yeah, because the attorney's attorney released it to a single news outlet.
The attorney's attorney.
Yes. Okay. So Michael Cohen.
So what's the tape? What's on the tape? Any juicy good stuff?
Garbled verbal communication where people even listening to it says, well, we can't tell if it says pay with cash or don't pay with cash. We honestly can't tell. I'm trying to politics completely out of this. I'm looking at the legalities, and I want to get like Kristen Bays in here or something to talk about this because you have an attorney recording his clients. So you got to wonder if that's legal. Do you
think this is one of those subjects in the history of the world where it's like no one, it's too big for actually to be normal?
Mm-mm.
So people will either ignore it or
no, there are profound. Think about it. The legal community, you have to have confidence between an attorney and a client.
Mm-hmm.
Attorney-client privilege, which means anything you tell your attorney in that capacity cannot be divulged.
That guy who ever taped just ruined his career, right? Like he's going to get disbarred for that, right?
That's the question. Did he actually do something illegal? But to record a conversation where the other person doesn't know, first off, depending on where it was recorded, depends on if it's legal or not. For instance, in Texas, you can record a conversation as long as one of the parties involved is aware of it. So since I'm recording you, it's legal. But there are some states to where
we're recording this, right?
What
we're talking about?
Great.
Just making sure you knew.
Oh, great. But there are some places to where you have to get a warrant to record, or know what you can't be recorded, or both parties have to be aware. It was obvious that one of the parties in this recording wasn't aware, and the other party was that person's attorney. So think about just throwing that on the air, that now everybody, if this is going to make it to the Supreme Court eventually, the legalities of this, and if the Supreme Court rules that was okay, think about it. Anytime you talk to your lawyer, if he or she can legally record you, and then what happened is he gave that to his lawyer, Lanny Davis. Lanny Davis is an attorney, then provided it. He didn't leak it. He flat out provided it to a single news outlet in an effort, he said, to exonerate his client. Now, first off, there's been, the charges on his client. There has nothing to do with that recording whatsoever. It's purely to hit the court of public opinion, or else it would have gone to all major outlets, or it would have been forensically proven, or because now it's just out there and everyone's salivating over this. So politics aside, I'm talking purely about the legal ramifications of, if I'm talking to my lawyer, I can't be wondering if they're recording this conversation so they can turn around and give it to their lawyer and release it to the media. If indeed that was illegal. And that's what this is, a kerfluffle on 16 different levels.
Oh, he's not going to disbar. He's not going to get any jobs, because he'll
go on the book tour, and he'll be just one more person trying to get rich off of taking down a current administration.
Okay.
So that's my, I don't care who the parties are. It's Trump. It could have been Obama. In fact, I'm asking people who are going, yeah. Put the previous president in it. Would you be cheering if this had been done on any other president? That's irrelevant.
Maybe that's not been a good recording if you have gargled. I mean, like, he knows there's a guy. Yeah,
it's a phone in a pocket, apparently, or one of those digital recorders, like the old tape recorders. And it's so garbled that even experts say we can't tell And there's no, it cuts out early. It doesn't put it in context. And you can't use partial recordings like that. You have to put them in context.
What were people hoping? He'd say just because at the end of the day with this the situation
people are hoping, there are some people who are hoping that there is proof of smoking gun somewhere that campaign money was used to buy off Stormy Daniels, who's now going by her birth name. What is it now? Karen McDougal, which is funny. You remember, did you see,
I don't know who you're talking about, by the way.
Stormy Daniels. She's a porn star.
Okay.
Her real name is Karen McDougal. Stormy Daniels is her porn name. And this is funny. I was watching the 40-Year-Old Virgin the other night. And it was the extended version. Have you ever seen the movie?
Karen McDougal. I don't think that's her name. I just looked it up. That's another woman.
Is that another woman? Oh, okay. Sorry.
This guy.
But
that's another woman.
But Stormy Daniels, she was the porn star in the 40-Year-Old Virgin. This is what the prosecution is putting all its hopes on.
I feel sorry for the station's computer because I just look up the worst things. Okay.
Yeah, I'm setting you up with the FBI, so when they look up your browser history, you go away for a long time. So again, politics out of it. This is a legal issue to have a client being recorded unknowingly by his attorney giving that recording, where the legality of it is questionable at best, to his attorney, and then that attorney just turning around and releasing it to a single and biased news outlet. That, wow. Put it in, take Trump out of it, take Cohen out of it, put it in any other context. That's bad. And I'm very interested to see what happens as a result of this.
Me too. Not me too. Okay.
So that was the big one. There's some lesser stories out there and some funnier ones, but that one was just, I would love to get legal analysis on this. So, Kristen Bays, if you're listening in, book a time with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's take a break.
Okay.
I want to take a break. I want to look at this something that more detailed before I start talking about it. You're listening to Mornings Lone Star, irlonestar.com, and of course, Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1 for Mornings Lone Star, brought to you by
Conroe Coffee
and Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. We'll be right back.
And I'm too sexy for Milan.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
A Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show, with monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Does your company have needs that can be met by an employee who is dependable, hardworking, enthusiastic, motivated, cooperative, respectful, and punctual? Conroe Independent School District Special Education Department can meet your needs by connecting you with potential employees that have been preparing for a lifetime of employment. We have numerous individuals seeking paid and unpaid work experiences.
If your company is interested in seeing how we can meet your business needs, call Conroe ISD Special Education Department to find the best employees for you at 936-709-7671.
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park events, news stories, and information that matters to you with your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information about being a guest, visit irlonestar.com/Conroe Culture.
What can the Better Living for Texans program do for you? You can learn how to increase your consumption of fruits and vegetables, choose foods that are relatively inexpensive and good to eat, make your food dollars last longer, prepare quick, nutritious meals, help your children learn how to eat healthier snacks, and much more. Our program is committed to helping people like you improve your health through providing research-based nutrition education in a friendly, cost-free, and relaxed environment. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
I'm too sexy for your party, too sexy for your party. No way I'm disco dancing. I'm a model, you know what I mean, and I do my little turn on the catwalk.
Welcome back. Mornings Lone Star, irlonestar.com. I'm too sexy is because, if you didn't know, I'm a real man in Montgomery County.
No way.
Yeah, apparently I'm going to be doing a fashion show for fundraising.
That's
right. And yeah, so happening, you can watch me strut my stuff on August 9th. It's going to be at
the Wiesner Buick GMC showroom.
Yeah.
This is hosted by the Lake Conroe Area Chamber of Commerce, benefiting Education for Tomorrow Alliance, 5:30 p.m. on August the 9th. Now, it's the Real Men of Montgomery County Style Show. It's an annual event. You've done it before. This year, the theme is superheroes.
Yeah.
Do you know what superhero you're
I'm leaning more towards Johnny Quest because I think that is the most appropriate way I can I look.
So what do you need? You need a turtleneck.
A turtleneck, light blue jeans, white shoes, and a pug.
A pug, yeah. The pug is essential.
Gotta have the pug.
Do you need someone to stand next to you in a turban?
No, see, I feel like that would be kind of distasteful for the fashion show. So I don't know, because no one would want to do that, and people, if you're not invited. Now, if I knew someone else who's a model would do it, that would be cool.
There you go.
And we also need to get to the old. What's the dad's name? Right? It's not the dad. It's like the uncle, right? The white hair guy. Help me out here.
Oh no, his dad. Hold on, Johnny Quest. It was him and his dad, wasn't it?
I don't think so.
No, I'm confusing him with Tom Swift, the old Tom Swift books.
But yeah, I'm doing that. So if you want to, it is going towards Education for Tomorrow's Alliance. You can buy tickets, individual tickets, $60. We'll get you in, and I think there's food and drinks and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, the event helps. The weirdest thing they do for the fundraiser is you can purchase tickets that you give a model, not like a stripper thing, but it's more of like they have buckets and you vote for. And and I had a real issue because I've been doing this for I think like about 4 years in a row. It's always a lot of fun because it raises a lot of money actually, and then they changed it from during the day to night so people can drink adult beverages. And what was funny is I realized how much more money they make. It was such a smart move because people would buy tickets and put it in there. But I also notice how rigged it is, because what's going to happen is Education for Tomorrow's Alliance is going to have a person in it, and they're going to have a representative. And like, of course, there's going to be more people supporting that guy because it's supporting Education for Tomorrow's Alliance. Maybe I need to start working on my fan club, and then I bring the posse to the event.
The Dick Posse.
Yeah, the Dick Posse.
The Quest Posse, the Johnny Quest Posse. I can't wait to see this. Let me know if you need photos taken. I will gladly memorialize this for posterity's sake. So Dick gonna be Johnny Quest. August the 9th. So if you go to the Conroe Area Chamber of Commerce website and just type in Conroe Chamber and into a Google search, you'll find it. Get your tickets for it. I may have to buy tickets to a Real Man event because I'm secure enough to do it. And I want to see Dick dress up as Johnny Quest.
I think that's, if you guys, listeners, have ideas who I could be in it. I'm not saying a lot of finances need to be put into this, but I do have a budget for my outfit. So,
well, let's see, black turtleneck. Now, did he wear jeans or khakis?
He wore jeans.
He wore jeans. Okay. By the way, listener Brett lets us know that it was Race Bannon, his dad's bodyguard, which leads to the question, where the heck was Dad?
Well, I think Dad died. I think that was the whole deal.
Well, first off, that means that Race Bannon was a really bad bodyguard.
Why?
Because Dad died. It was his dad's bodyguard.
Maybe it was like in his will to hire a guy to take care of his son.
Yeah, we got to get the backstory on this here. But
if you think Johnny Quest is a good fit for me, I was looking up kind of like dirty blonde superheroes, but then it got like, you have to be muscular. You got to be buff.
I'm telling you, your backup could be Donald Blake. And in the early days of Thor, back in the Jack Kirby days, it was like they had to have a Clark Kent thing. So it was Donald Blake. He was a scientist who always wore a lab coat. He was lame. He had this walking stick and glasses. And when he banged the walking stick on the ground, he would transform into Thor. And thou art this and that. He'd be old school Thor. And so you could be Donald Blake.
No one would get that though.
Oh, you could be Bruce Banner before
I gotta
Gamma
get the Q
explosion.
stitched, and maybe people will get it with the pug. I think the crowd. It's all about playing to the crowd.
The pug's gonna
here.
sell the Johnny Quest.
So you got to get it. I got to do that. Okay, that sounds good. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, but yeah, that's what we're playing. I'm too sexy because I am too sexy for that event, and hopefully I do well and things like that.
So, there you go. And we're getting the backstory of Johnny Quest and
did you
his
see that
family.
horrible mass shooting that happened in Toronto and ISIS claimed it? Did you see that?
The recent shooting in Toronto? Mm-hmm.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, well, Toronto unfortunately has got a severe crime problem. There are fears that the city is actually, and I was reading an earlier report today, is unraveling. The city's unraveling just because of the crime. And heart goes out to them again. And I know it maybe sounded earlier I was protesting too much when I say I try to take politics out of certain things, but I mean it because that's where the debate ends and the battle lines are drawn. It's when you make it a personal thing. If you say, well, it was okay to do it on this president because I don't like him, so you take it out. So taking out gun control or terrorism or anything out, it's a horrible thing that happened in Toronto, and no one should be
Bruce Banner. So I'm reading it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You need to be Bruce Banner before the Gamma thing. So heart goes out to Toronto.
Well, I just want to make sure you're aware of that because more and more stuff's coming out of it. And we'll probably talk about that next week, just in depth. But there's something a thing I like about how different worlds work in the sense of government. So in Europe, you can do a thing called GDPR. It's General Data Protection Regulation. And you can use it to find out what these companies are using your data for.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this one guy who played, and the reason I'm bringing this up, because it's really interesting. You can that's basically protecting you. Like, I'm interested in how Facebook's using this, or I'm interested in, what this video game does. Well, in this particular case, you ever heard of a video game called FIFA? Which is like the short term for the soccer. It's basically a soccer game.
Yeah.
Well, now FIFA, I think in the recent years, they developed a normal video game where you pay money to do stuff. Like you get cards or you get players or whatever you can continue paying money for if you want.
Okay.
So this guy uses GDPR and he wanted to know how much money he spent on FIFA in 2 years. How much money do you think this guy spent? Be realistic about this. Don't be like $1 million.
Well, I would have thought between $500 to $800.
$10,000
to get what?
I'm not really sure. I think he basically was having trouble with his credit.
There's a shock.
And he was trying to figure out where all this money was going to. And then so he asked, because I guess there's not a way to track that in FIFA. I guess there's not a way to track your own credit cards, I guess. But yeah.
Wow.
He spent it on loot boxes, which is like cards, because the cards represent players. And you get a random deck every time. And if you pay money, you get more cards and you get better cards, I guess.
You know what? I can see that.
$10,000.
When you're into something, think about if you have the resources. Let's say you're a book junkie or a comic book junkie or a DVD junkie. I remember back in the day, there was a point in my life where I made very decent amount of money, where I would every payday treat myself to. I go to Best Buy and allot myself $100 to buy DVDs. And this was back in the day when they're actually, DVDs. This is the day when they were like maybe $10 each. Well, so that could rack up really fast if you have the resources. You don't realize it.
It's kind of crazy because this in particular person isn't complaining, not really, but he posted what EA sent him. just so people could see what does it look like when, you know, a Facebook sends you the data that you request.
Mhm.
And it's pretty crazy.
Wow.
He said it was like 30 Excel spreadsheets, and it goes through like when the data was sent, when they received it, who received it, what he did, what action he took, how many gigabytes it was worth. Pretty crazy.
Listener Dennis nailed it. The Columbia Music Club. That nailed me too. You get Parade magazine on the back and 1 penny for.
Oh, you get like 10 CDs or 10 cassettes.
It was cassettes
and then
back then.
But you had to send them back.
Yes, and of course we never did, and they would hound you forever. The minute you missed a payment, that's where they just nailed you. Dennis, good call on that one. I remember those, and because you get the 10 cassettes that you really wanted, but everything else was horrible.
I heard about that recently, and some guy did that. They still do it today with DVDs and stuff.
With Columbia House?
Yeah, I think Columbia House still exists because he was basically said, like, that's the way I find out new music.
Even though I am the master of the KTEL.
What's it called?
Collection.
Columbia what?
Columbia House. Or Columbia Record. Do Columbia Record. I'm pretty sure the name House was in it, but I could be wrong. It's been known to happen.
Yeah, they do movies and they do,
where they'll offer you like really cheap. First sample's always free or only a penny.
Yeah, look at this.
But no, I'm Mr. KTEL. I'd be the guy that on road trips, I'd stop at like every 7-Eleven or whatever and go looking through their KTEL collections. And that's where you get all the one-hit wonders, 20 of them on a single cassette or CD.
This stuff is real.
The struggle is real.
That's funny. I'm sorry about your problems of following up.
What, with KTEL?
Well, sending the movies back or sending the.
You just never think about, I'll do it next week. That's how I had to actually set a reminder for myself to cancel. Just yesterday, I signed up for something for like a registry cleaner for my computer because I needed to do a full sweep of my computer to make sure I didn't have a virus on it. And so I had to sign up for my free 20-day trial. So I had to make sure to undo my trial before they start charging me.
That's funny. I wonder what the next scam's going to be like that.
Well, see, here's the thing. It wasn't a scam as such.
Okay, someone help me out with this. Is essential oils a scam? I haven't really like grasped my head around it because no one's really approached me about essential oils, but I see it. Is essential oils a brand or essential oils just like we can't give you the exact name of each oil, but we're just going to call it essential oils.
Peppermint does this and apple cider vinegar does that. It's my personal barometer is really skewed on that because I have a former spouse who used them as part of a grander whacked out scenario.
So you mean scheme or you mean she was doing voodoo stuff?
More towards the latter than
voodoo stuff?
Not voodoo, but let's just say it wasn't just to get rid of a headache. And so there's the smells alone, the concept of them just really, I have no.
If I walked in on a voodoo thing, that'd be so cool.
But I do know that some people who are more normal have a profound reliance on them, and they do seem to, this oil could help open up blood vessels, which could relieve a headache, or this oil could do this or that. So I'm all for homeopathic therapies. It's just some of them I have
I wonder if there's an oil where like I could eat all those tacos yesterday and not feel cruddy afterwards.
Do what?
If there's an oil so I can eat all those tacos yesterday.
No, there's no oil to do that.
There's not.
There's no cleansing that will do that. No oil.
No, the tacos are the cleansing. It's like recoup from the cleansing. That's my issue. But man, those tacos were good yesterday.
Weren't they?
Kind of want to go back today. That's when you know you have a problem. That's when you know you have a problem.
Dick's got a taco problem.
Yeah, that's for sure. I could do that every day. Taco Tuesday, man. It makes sense. Makes sense to me. We got to take a break.
Okay.
Mornings Lone Star brought to you by Conroe Coffee and Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Thank you, Julie, for sticking around. I kind of want to give her another shout out with Montgomery County.
Yeah,
Foundation.
great organization.
Community Foundation. So it's 10:30 right now. We'll be right back. We still got stuff coming your way. Yeah, I mean, there's stuff in the news that's kind of weird. Like, did you see that Bill Cosby has to register as a sex offender? But I feel like enough people kind of know.
But does that mean he has to go knocking door to door? Hi, I'm William H. Cosby, Dr. William H. Cosby Jr., and I need to let you know I'm a registered sex offender, and I'll be living down the street.
Man, that's funny. That's weird and funny and sad at the same time. It is 10:30. We'll be right back.
And I do my little turn on the catwalk.
I'm Kenna Danielle, and you are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZWLP Conroe and 106.1 KZCCLP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Path to the Plate is a research-based education program that helps consumers understand how their food choices impact their health by making the connection to agriculture. Learning about how food is grown and produced, and how consumers can make better food choices for themselves and their families. Path to the Plate is all about dispelling myths and misconceptions. Find out more online at pathtotheplate.tamu.edu. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Hey, Montgomery County and online listeners. Thank you so very much for checking out Jazzy Vibes with Soul. What? You haven't done so yet? Well, you've got to tune in. Hi, I am the host of Jazzy Vibes with Soul, Miss CeCe Holmes, and I invite you to check us out every Friday and Saturday from 7 until 9 p.m., where you will get the best in old school R&B and, of course, a little smooth jazz to make it jazzy. So tune in. That's right, tune in every Friday and Saturday right here on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 FM or worldwide at irlonestar.com.
Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness? Reach the hyper-local audience in Montgomery County? Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out irlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776.
It hurts, and I'm too sexy for Milan. Too sexy for Milan.
Welcome back. Morning's Lone Star with Dick and Skippy. It is 10:33 on the dot. We're in our final half hour of this morning. Hello.
Hey.
I want to give a shout out to Claire Neal. She is Lifestyle Christian School's new principal. Claire has been a teacher and administrator at the Livingston ISD for 24 years. To get someone new in. And so, yeah, shout out to Clarice. If you're not listening to us, maybe now you will.
If you didn't know, in a couple weeks, they're doing a tribute to Conroe Music Festival here at Heritage Place. They're selling tickets for $5, but they gave us a whole stack of them. And so we really want people to come to this event. I think I might go because basically it's a bunch of tribute bands. So if you like already proven good music, right? Played by people who we don't know if they're good or not.
I enjoyed the heck out of the Bee Gees tribute band the other day. This has Pearl Jam tribute.
It's got Bon Jovi, Pearl Jam, Led Zeppelin, The Police, Def Leppard, and Stone Temple Pilots.
Van Halen. Don't forget the Van Halen.
Oh, Van Halen.
Well, which Van Halen? Are they going to have like two lead singer clones?
Well, we got tickets to it. So if you're interested in going, and it's that's on August 11th from noon to midnight at Heritage Place Amphitheater here in downtown Conroe. They have food trucks, beer and cocktails, free kids zone, all that kind of stuff. I'm interested in going. I'm going to go. I think that's the weekend Holly's doing her bachelorette party.
Wow.
So, maybe
also on the 11th
is
the Monty Awards happening at the Crichton Theater next door.
Okay.
Yeah, which is the Achievement Awards for Arts and Culture here in Montgomery County.
It's kind of one of those awards that it's like the Oscars where you're just self-congratulating yourselves, isn't it?
No, I did congratulate myself a lot last year when I won one.
It is one of those.
But I did get to, I'm announcing them again this year as I did last year.
Oh, so you're not going to go this with me? I'm all alone.
Well, no, here's the thing. Those start at, the Monty start at 8 o'clock.
Don't break my heart.
And now at 3 o'clock, I have to be at a place for my mother-in-law's birthday, but I may give her a couple of tickets to this to enjoy while I'm partying down at the Monty's later on. But yeah, noon to midnight on August 11th. You want a free ticket? Just let us know. We're going to make it work for them.
Just, all you got to do is just Facebook message us or call the station, and we have them here. So you got to pick them up here. Unfortunately, it's one of those things. But yeah, we want to give them out. I think it's a $5 fee. I think if you order online, if you buy them online, there's like a $5 plus $2 like surcharge.
Yeah.
I was looking at the website. And,
so you can pay $5 or $7, or you can get them free.
So yeah.
Hey, so before the break, we were talking about Taco Tuesday, but it's going to be Bad Taco Tuesday for Taco Bell. Apparently, their cheese dip has been recalled by Kraft Heinz. What?
As much as I love tacos, I don't like Taco Bell.
I love Taco Bell.
I don't know. It's just not the same. Like, I feel like if I'm going to eat a taco, I'm going to eat an authentic place like that, Carmelitas. And those tacos.
But sometimes you can't afford those. That's why some of the best tacos, you got the 2 for 99 cents.
It was all you could eat for $8.
But see,
that's
Taco
all
Bell,
you could eat.
$8 can give you six meals.
I doubt it. Not to the quality. Not to the quality of what I could have gotten.
Okay, you want quality? Go to Ruth's Chris. You want
what's that?
A very overexpensive steakhouse.
Well, clearly I've never been there. So
yeah, you want quality? Go to the Waldorf Astoria.
I still don't know what that is.
The Ritz Carlton.
I don't know what the fanciest restaurant I've ever been to. Actually, I take that back. I've been to one restaurant, and I was very fancy to the point where it's one of those places you overpay for small portions.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know that. I didn't know it was just one of those places. Like, oh, I'll try this pasta. It sounds good. They gave me like 8 noodles. And I was like, I looked at my mom. I was like, how do they expect this to be like enough even for me? Like, Holly could eat this and still be hungry. That's the only time I know it's a fancy place. So, you know what I'm talking about? They always serve you portions. You're supposed to order multiple portions. I didn't know that. You know what I'm talking about? But you ever been to a place like that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It's really stupid.
But anyhow, Kraft Heinz is having to recall all the Taco Bell cheese dip because it's got that extra ingredient, botulism. Now, that's where Botox comes from, is dead botulism cells. So I guess you could just like hold on to your Taco Bell cheese dip and inject it into your face later. But yeah, so bad day for Taco Bell, but I think they're going to survive it just fine.
Yeah, when I think of tacos, I don't think of Taco Bell.
See, I bet you don't like the 2 for 99 cent Jack in the Box tacos either then, do you? Because you get your money's worth. It's worth the 99 cents.
I mean, they're not... If I was hungry and that was the only food to eat, of course I'd eat that. But that's about it.
No, you want to eat it.
What's the best thing to get at Taco Bell? And I'll go get it. I'll bring it to the studio. It would be kind of weird to have a taco at 9:30.
I have my personal favorite.
They have breakfast tacos there?
Yeah, they try to do a breakfast menu.
They still do it?
Probably. I can't partake of it. It's like where they use a waffle and make it look like a breakfast.
Interesting.
Oh, taquito. No, I'm a fan. They got a Frito burrito there, where it's a burrito with
You're
meat.
Probably a big fan. I'm sensing you're a big fan.
I haven't divorced too many times to not know the financial and emotional benefits of Taco Bell.
Okay. Man, I love tacos. But okay,
we're talking ourselves into a taco frenzy here.
Let's move on.
Okay.
So that guy from that Sarah Cohen,
Sacha Baron Cohen,
where he's doing those gotcha kind of shows.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he got that Georgia lawmaker who I think everyone, if you want to have a little laugh and a little sadness, and you check this out, look up. It's basically he yelled some really inappropriate stuff.
Yeah, Georgia State Representative Jason Spencer used racial slurs, dropped his pants, and really deserves to resign. That was just dumb. on any level. And again, I'll say it again, take politics out of it. You show a special kind of dumb. I don't care whose party you're in or what your job is. As dumb, you need to not be in that job anymore, especially when you're supposed to hold yourself to a higher standard. Now, I'm not a fan of Sacha Baron Cohen myself personally. I think he's a one-trick pony, and that joke ended with the Ali G show 25, 30 years ago.
It doesn't have its consistency. It's like, if you notice, he only comes back every 5 years.
Yeah, and it would take a while to work on the new character.
Borat was entertaining.
Borat had its moments, absolutely. Yeah. And I like shows that show how outrageous people can accept something.
Yeah, that's what I like about his comedy, especially like the Borat, and then like the like probably one of my favorite things he's ever did was, I think, when he was Borat, and what was it, Kazakhstan he pretended to be from?
I think so, or one of the former republics.
Well, apparently it was during the time when he was doing Borat. It was a real country, and they basically outlawed Sarah. But they said his actual name, and he responded as Borat saying, "Yes, we do not support the Jews," or something like that, because he's Jewish. The actual actor is Jewish. It was pretty clever. But that's the kind of humor he is. So
yeah,
his recent one, he's done like Dick Cheney. He's did a lot of Gotcha. I think he did Sarah Palin.
Mm-hmm.
And
he tried to. There are some people that are immediately figuring out, this is not real, and I wish him the best. Like I said, I'm not a personal fan, but I can't get offended if he's going after one party or the other. You got to show stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
You got to call it out.
That's funny. Yeah, people need to check out that video because there's a reason why he's resigning, and it's because
it was. I can't. I'd like to say I can't believe
I think that's just kind of strange to me, because especially with being here in Montgomery County with the political scene, is how do you not always have that guard up? Because especially here, like, people will try to get you.
Camera hogs. You put it, and as a videographer, I can tell you, I have set up so many just trying to shoot a street scene. You know, just B-roll for a video. People see a camera, they want to get on it. Not everybody, obviously.
Yeah, but like, you're talking about a scenario where you're invited into, I think he masked it as a terrorist education thing. And then they had a camera crew everywhere doing this. So it wasn't, I think they had like 1 or 2 cameras. So clearly there's a production to this training.
Right.
That's immediately I'd be like, all right, well, I'll sit down and watch. I'm not going to participate. He took his pants off.
Yes, he dropped pants and underwear, waving his bare bottom around, shouting out the N-word, and
this is what I'm saying. Like,
there's no context in which this is a good thing.
Yeah,
or a career builder. It's stupid, and he deserves to resign. I don't care whose party or the well, obviously context always matters, but there's no good reason for doing this.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, isn't it? Man. We got about 10 more minutes left in the show. We're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
You're listening to Mornings Lone Star, irlonestar.com.
Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question, comment about one of our shows? Want to know how to reach a host? Just contact the station on irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with Lone Star Community Radio.
We have the safest food supply in the world. Strict laws and regulations restrict the usage of hormones, antibiotics, and pesticides within our food supply. Production agriculture practices and technologies such as the use of GMOs, which is not any more or less risky than conventional crop production, has allowed American farmers to produce more food on less acres in environmentally sound ways. Find out more online at pathtotheplate.tamu.edu. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make lives better.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Hispanic Chamber Connections with Dr. Carlos Sanchez, president of the Woodlands Conroe Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, featuring event announcements, member highlights, and more. Tuesdays at 1 p.m., broadcasting from the heart of Conroe, Texas on irlonestar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Hey guys, this is Connor.
This is Dick.
This is Chris. And we're with the Ticket Stub Podcast every Thursday live at noon on 104.5 and 106.1 FM in the Conroe area. Also, anytime at irlonestar.com. You go to irlonestar.com/TTS. You can find all of our social media.
And don't forget, we give away 2 tickets to the Grand Theater on every show.
If you like movies and you like complaining or celebrating anything that has to do with the silver screen, check out the Ticket Stub Podcast and join us every Thursday at noon o'clock on Lone Star Community Radio.
From the beginning, the main purpose of the Cooperative Extension Service has been to change human behavior by teaching people how to apply the results of scientific research. By utilizing a holistic, multi-level approach, Extension family and community health programs encourage health and well-being for everyone. Addressing values, concerns, and needs with reliable science-based information, Extension programs help people lead healthier lives. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
Milan, New York, and Japan.
Hello, welcome back. Welcome back. 10:47, our final segment of today. We have a lot of comments racking up on Facebook Live. I know we can't go into in-depth answers on each one, so I'll just kind of scroll down and answer yes, no, not in a million years, possibly, because I said so. And you and the horse you rode in on. There we go. Those are the answers to your questions today.
So Ivanka Trump is shutting down her fashion brand.
Okay.
And she quotes saying that she didn't have time for it because she wants to give all of her time to, I don't know exactly what she does in Washington.
Okay.
That's what she said. So what's she doing? Is she getting paid?
Well, if she's a staffer, a White House staffer, then as a government employee, you get
so she's a government employee, you think?
I need to find out. I'm not sure.
I don't know. This doesn't make any
But she has enough money that, she doesn't need it. You can, I think president is $300,000 a year. And, they actually have to pay for the meals and stuff. West Wing doesn't say it right. Every time the first family has a meal, they're billed for it. And it's taken out of the paycheck. But yeah, I mean, technically you could say, listen, you don't have to pay me to be president. Give me $1 a year.
Well, I'm trying to think of, the history of, I would say the history of the world. There's always been like kings and queens and dynasties. And it's something that people relate to in a sense of, it's not me, I don't care. But then we always vote in, we had 2 Bushes. We were working at, a third one ran.
Yeah, you have dynasty families.
But
Kennedys,
we're still,
Bushes.
would you say we're still kind of we kind of like that concept as a group of people? I mean, people
not everybody and not all the time, but
there's a whole country supporting a king and a queen right now, and they don't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
In the United Kingdom, right? They don't really do anything.
Yeah, no, the queen is a figurehead. It's a parliamentary system now. The monarch can overrule on very, very few things, but you have House of Lords, House of Commons.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of money going to the Windsor family and all the pomp and circumstance. But that's what first off, England is a caste society. It's pretty much socialist, and you got to you have the haves and the have-nots there for sure. You want to talk about wage disparity? Stop comparing us to other countries. and the other way and look at England in this way, saying there's massive wage disparities, there's massive caste systems going on, you have levels. If you're not qualified for a job, you don't get that job. And I mean qualified that you have to take exams, you have to.
Well, that's one thing I kind of, like, when I saw the headline, I was like, wait a second, what's she doing? Because I didn't even know she was doing anything. Like, I know I've seen her with her dad a lot, which I figured it was just like, hey, a free trip. And like, I get to meet people and this helps me in my private business, which, I mean, who's not going to take that opportunity when your dad's the president of the United States? But I guess, do you think this is something where so many people were telling her it's a conflict of interest? So she's like, okay, I'll get rid of the conflict of interest. Because you think this means she's going into politics, basically?
Could be, or it could just be.
Man, gross.
Okay, is the Jacqueline Smith line still going at Kmart?
Because we always talked about, Donald Trump was the wrench thrown in the gears. But it sounds like now it's sounding more like it's just going to be another gear with other little gears. I mean,
Is it?
boring.
I mean,
that's boring.
Could it be that she's shutting down her clothing line because
It's
she's
failing?
shutting it down?
Yeah, I hope that. I don't know.
How many clothing lines fail every year? A lot.
Not Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen's.
You're right. There you go.
No
but
telling what they do, but
if it had been Jacqueline Smith, would anybody care? The reasoning behind it. So she's closing it down. Yay! Woohoo! It
just made me think about, like, because that's kind of the history of it, right? How often is it when a president gets elected? How many family members are working for the president? Is that usually like? Did Bill Clinton have a family member working? I guess his wife. Well, she's first lady, so it's kind of a given.
Yeah, first lady has particular duties. Usually, the first family is off limits to the media.
Well,
I'm
not talking about me. I'm talking about getting a paycheck.
No.
Media
but think
thing,
about
I
it,
don't care.
because most presidents didn't come from families, and I'm sure people are going to respond to this, that work for a living outside of the political arena.
Okay.
Most presidents have been grooming to be president their whole life. So they were in politics, they were community leaders, didn't hold when I say a real job, I'm talking out in that sector. And many presidents were like that. And I'm talking the Bushes, the Obamas, the Clintons, the everybody. You got a Reagan who had another career beforehand. You have a Trump who never, but look at Reagan. He didn't plan to be president back when he was doing Bedtime for Bonzo, a movie with a chimpanzee, when he was, with an actor. Same thing with Schwarzenegger. When he's playing Conan, he never thought he would be governor of California. Same thing with Donald Trump. He never planned to be president.
Because you wouldn't
So
argue.
he worked for a living.
You wouldn't argue that knowing the president isn't an opportunity. Like knowing firsthand my dad's the president, that's not an opportunity to do other things.
I think people are used to latching onto that. And going back to Michael Cohen, when he got nailed by the FBI, when they started grabbing his files, thinking they were going to get the president, what they found out was that apparently, unbeknownst to the president, Cohen was going around and saying, I have access to him.
Yeah.
Give me money and I'll give you access to the president.
But you'd be a fool not to think that this happens on a normal stance, not like he's literally lying to people. But I think if anyone's going to sit there and be like, oh, hey, I used to work for President Trump, I'm going to call him now he's the president, like, to get a better job, he can help me out.
I don't think that would happen. But think about the current first family.
Do you think it happens afterwards?
Oh, yeah, very much so.
Okay. Well, we got to be shutting down the show, by the way.
Okay.
7:53. Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
And special shout out to Julie of Montgomery County Community Foundations. If you are a nonprofit and you have a specific need for money for a specific cause, project, contact mccfoundation.org for the grant process. It goes all the way till September, I believe, and they do in October for the choice.
Mhm.
And they do individual projects or whatever you're trying to do. They want to give you money if you qualify and are selected. So that's mccfoundation.org. And more info on that. We'll try to get them back in, who they select, all that kind of stuff. Today's sponsors of the show, Conroe Coffee and Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. We will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. I'll make sure to be here because we have Mark Cook from Green Zone Housing, who helps, it's another nonprofit who helps veterans build houses out of containers. And there was some political news happening with the local here in Conroe about what can you do with a container, which is kind of interesting. So we're going to learn more about that. So Mark Cook of Green Zone Housing will be in tomorrow. Outside that, you have a good day.
Dick, you too.
Yeah, and we have a great lineup here on Lone Star Community Radio coming your way. We have a new show
for their third episode, Toast of the Town for Montgomery County. So they're going to be covering everything Montgomery County at noon today. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Don't forget, we have Rick, the Reluctant Cowboy, with Afternoons of Lone Star. If you're interested in having a talk show, all you got to do is reach out to the studio at lscrstudios@gmail.com or call in to our message line, 936-647-3776. We will see you guys later.
On the catwalk, yeah, I shake my little tush on the catwalk.